Well, we're just gonna get into it. Welcome back to the Who-kah Lounge. Welcome back. Tonight is a auspicious night, of course. It always is. And tonight we're going to be capping off the series with quite a piece that I have in mind and heart, which is rather big. Make sure I don't knock anything over too bad. But this is going to be finishing up, and I'm going to have to put you guys all the way back there. All the way back. And get some extra light up in here. Yeah, here. But this piece that we're going to be working on tonight has a lot to do with the journey of not only overcoming life and all its challenges, but the one thing that makes it so unpredictable, but it's what holds everything together. And I'm gonna show you right now. This is a rather large piece that we're gonna be with tonight. Old Bay. And we're gonna get you as close as we can. Yeah, that'll work right there. So you can see what we're looking at. And we're gonna change this one up because I've had time to sit with this piece. And I got the wrong shirt on. Let me get my other shirt out. Yeah, we'll just roll it. But this one is affectionately called Old Bay. And when I first started it, it originally was meant to show the overcoming of challenging situations. Overcoming all the things we would call foolishness, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. But we're going to add on to this because this needs to be more intimate now. And first of all, welcome on in. We're always happy to see new people, old people returning. And you know, like and share the video, please, if you wouldn't mind, because I would like this message and this image to reach more hearts around the world. Because the topic of it is actually love. And it's one of those things that's easy to avoid, especially if you've been through it. The gambit of falling in love or rising in love, however you want to see it. And the pure destruction of the ego. Because it'll make you do some stuff that you just wouldn't do normally, right? It'll make you do, say, act in a whole nother manner. And the reason it's so scary is because you cannot predict it. You can't put a schedule on it. But you do have to show up in a disciplined way, as I was taught today by a good friend who reminded me that it is work, but the benefits of that work far outweigh the nagging that we have to go through. You know what I'm saying? Well, yes, Genesis actually, that's in the making as we speak. And we're almost finished the entire collection. This is really probably the last piece. I have another one over there, but it's not curated to anything. So we'll just leave that to where everything else is died out. So if you look around the room, we've got a lot of the pieces back. I still have a few that are in going to be donated for a cause for women and children and whatnot. But we got most of the pieces back for the collection, and even the ones behind. Click, click, and got a few right there, and we got a few right here that still need a little bit of work. But yeah, tonight we're going to cap it off with really what the journey is all about. And we can label this and look at it many different ways as we want. And we could talk about it, because I love to hear your thoughts on this thing that we call love. It's often referred to as the glue of the universe. When I deal with my glasses, they're around here somewhere. Let me see if they're behind here. Nope. Left them in the bathroom or something when I took my shower, but we're gonna go in anyway. But I will check in with your comments, but whatever you feel as you're watching, whatever you want to add into it, I'll check in on it. But I invite you to join me for an hour of not knowing where this painting is going. So we'll all be in the same seat, so to speak. And I'm going to allow this dynamic to come through the way it needs to. So it's going to be a complete surrender tonight. It's going to be a surrender to that divine part of us all. Okay? So, pull out your stuff if you have a craft that you love working on. It doesn't have to be for money. It's not the intention to do this for money. That's when it becomes a job. The intention is always to have fun and be in co-creation with what we call the divine. First and foremost, to strengthen that connection. We get a little of this blue out, we can get ready to go. So let's dive in. We're going to change the whole thing. I mean, we can see how it is, and I like it the way it is, but I don't like the way that they're facing. You feel what I'm saying? Well, it takes a lot of practice. I've always had the vision, but then there's the exercise. There's the actual learning process. I didn't go to school formally. The last formal class I had was in high school, right? And my art teacher told me to think about not going to art school because it would corrupt that vision and make it more commercial. She obviously had seen something in me that I didn't know in myself at the time. But I took her advice, and I'm not in any kind of regret that I did, because it allowed me to find who I am through the practice. So we're going to turn this in on itself. And I'm still going to keep the title, because the title is kind of my final diss, if you will, to all that seeks to separate. And it's done a pretty good job up to this point. We got a world at war, can't get along because somebody look different than you or don't believe in the same things that you do. Childish things. And if we're going to be here, we're going to have to grow up. Let me get some more light, because I don't want to block it out for y'all. Because we got all engines running tonight. But that's part of the channel anyway. Want to get that right. Princess? Yeah. Princess is teaching. So like I said, this is a great time to just pull out whatever and just play. And the play is about the feeling of the journey. I'm not worried about how it's going to look in the end. I already know it's going to look the way it needs to. I already know it's going to be dope. You know what I'm saying? We're past that. And that's just from experience. But the value of what we individually bring to the table is astronomical. It can't be calculated. Your journey and mine are different as far as our perspective and our experience and what we've had to learn as a process, as a part of that process. A good example, not too long ago when all this social media and stuff came out, there was a series called Stick Fighter, where somebody who could only draw stick figures animated a really beautiful series of kung fu fights. And I thought it was really brilliant because it gave people who really say they can only draw stick figures a leg up. Because it's not about what you can do, it's how you use it. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to use what I have tonight. I'm running out of paints. I'm about to do a fundraiser or something. But we're going to remove the fear and the worry and the stress of it doesn't come out just right. And just have fun. And the thing that's beautiful about it is visions tend to come true. That beautiful face, you say, oh no, oh no, oh yes, oh yes, because she was meant for more than this. We need some colors that we shouldn't be putting in there, which is fun. Yeah, you can tell these are kind of old. These are this one. Oh yeah. That's all right. We'll go straight in. Squeeze. We're going to have to go into the big jar. And we're going to use up all these old brushes. And the reason I called it Old Bay in the beginning was because, and this is the thing, it was coming from a place more of PTSD, a little bit of trauma, a little bit of going through some shit, but still recognizing that the end goal was to come back to this kind of feeling. Of overcoming that. But what does that look like when you get there is the question. And now that I've had a little bit of time to address that trauma, if you will, or that situation, now the clarity comes back to where you were before it happened. It's kind of like going back to your childhood before they fucked around and put us in school. It's like, can you remember your first love, your first crush, first person you dated, first person you held hands with, first kiss? Like, I had a lot of kisses when I was young, but the one that I remember the most was with Kia at the train station. I used to walk her home from work. We worked at the same place. We worked at Burger King together. And as we grew in affection, that used to be the place where we would really make out after work. But we would always share a peppermint when we kissed. And I'll never forget that experience. So it wasn't so much of it not working out. I mean, we're young anyway. It's not really supposed to work out when you're that age. Not to say that it doesn't, but it was a learning experience. And that's part of what I took from it. She's going to be the first out the gate, that's for sure. Let me see. What y'all saying? Me too. Well, good luck on your test. But yeah, that was the first significant kiss I can remember. Gotta get it darker in here. So Ooh, I like that. I don't know if you see up in her hand. And this is what I'm talking about. You let it tell its own story. And that's where the magic happens. All right, can you see it starting to form? Goodness, what did I do with my glasses? But I didn't leave them somewhere. They get messed up somewhere. That's all right. Let's stay in the flow. Soften the eyes a little bit and bring the ear in. And some of those cheeks. Not those cheeks, not yet. Yeah, say goodbye to the pretty face. But looking at it for half a year now, it looks like trauma. You know what I'm saying? From that angle, it looks like trauma. So we're going to alchemize that. Now we need that green. So out with that and in with the good shit. And the reason I called it Old Bay in the beginning was because of this scene down here, which is pretty much a depiction of crabs in the barrel. And that's a big part of what I was going through with a lot of different people. And the lovers were going to be holding a jar of Old Bay into the boiling crab barrel as a symbolism of rising above it all and love conquering all. but I think we've given them enough ride. So I might just do away with them completely. And just make this what it needs to be. Let me get some white real quick before we get too far out of control. Right here. Bigger brushes. We'll keep some of that. We'll keep some of that. Let's get back to that pink. Yes, sir. Oh, this brush is done. We're gonna lay this one to rest. Thank you for your contribution. So, with all that being said, this is the alchemy of art and what it's part of what it's meant to do. There's a lot more to it, but alchemy is turning all that sour shit into some beautiful flowers. All right. And let's go back to that red. I like these colors. I'm going to keep it, but I don't know what for. I don't know what for yet. Let's see what it looks like. Because in truth, you never know what it's going to look like. All you can do is trust that you're ready for it. Find the glasses, boy. Oops. Take a small breather. But yeah, share it with a friend. This one's gonna be oh, I already see where that's going. I see where that's going. It's too early for the black. And let me do this. Bring it up just a little bit. That's what up that way. We'll see. That's the view as it is. It's a big difference than what we started out with. So, I hope you were in attendance and you got to see it. I'm gonna go back and watch it again. I want to see that transformation. Oh, what the heck you got? There we go. Yeah. Now we can really get into the heart. And we're not gonna worry about finishing tonight. Shoot. We've been going 40 minutes. Oh my God. Feels like I just got here. But that's what art does. That's what love does. It gives way to the real time. I don't even use this. What is this? Tangerine. We didn't know brush. Let's get some of this tangerine up in here. See what this do. I like it already. I don't want to get too long. Fade the arm stuff right up there. So let's mark that. Oof. That's all right. Must be doing something right. What we got left over here? What we got left for time? Shoosh, 7 minutes. 7 minutes to go. Put you all the way in the back now. And yeah. The camera doesn't do it well. Doesn't do it justice. We'll fix it later. actually a beard. good start. That's a real good start. All right, good people. We will pick this back up sometime this week. But appreciate you for stopping in. Thank you for your comments, your shares, your likes. You know how I go. But we're gonna get it. It's gonna be in line with this one right here. It's definitely gonna be in line with that.